Yo guys, welcome to today's vlog. Very exciting one. I am pumped for this. I got a buddy joining me. We're gonna go to the shop right now. He's gonna meet me there in a while, probably about an hour. And we are working on the BMW. Finally got some parts. I got some more parts coming later this week, but we do have some right now. So we're gonna go to the shop, do a whole bunch of work on it. Can't wait to work on this car, you guys. It needs a ton of work. Let's get it. I wanna get out on the track ASAP. Fucking pumped here. So let's get going. I'm gonna head to the shop right now. All right guys, I got everything out, car's in here. Let me show you what we got here. Pretty much all the fluids, we're gonna do an oil change, which is that. Transmission fluid, I hope I got the right stuff. 2 of those. We got air filter, brake fluid, spark plugs, more brake fluid, oil filter. This is really what we're going for here today. Boom. Clutch and flywheel, we're going, this is a pretty, I think it's a standard OE replacement. It is, however, a single mass flywheel. So I haven't taken it out yet. Maybe the guy has already swapped it, I don't know. But mainly, these cars mainly come with a dual mass. So this is a kit to swap to a single mass. Slave cylinder as well, so. OE replacement, should be pretty straightforward. This kit, these 2 little baggies here cost me 35 bucks. In exchange, came to like 50 for, it's a shifter bushing rebuild kit here. For the time being, we're going to rebuild the shifter and hopefully tighten it up a little bit and just go with that for now. I'm pumped for this, guys. I've been waiting for a clutch for a while. This is gonna be super exciting, and basically this is exactly what the car needs because the clutch is just roasted on it right now, and doing anything on the track is just gonna be useless. So, got the diff welded, put a clutch into it. Technically could go out on the track right now. Be a little iffy without a hydro and a bucket seat, but we got more parts coming, guys. We got more parts coming later this week. That's gonna be in the next video.
I would definitely order that.
What's the point of putting it all back together just to have to pull this thing back out again? That thing is, look at this thing. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh yeah.
Mangled, man.
Chewed up.
She's seen better days. It's not. Is it all the way through? Oh. I feel like that's mangled enough to warrant replacing. And you're probably right about these two.
Those are definitely $12 parts.
So here's the real question is, drop it in the comments. Do we go polyurethane or not?
Yeah, if they make them.
Stiff, super stiff.
I would.
It's probably worth upgrading right now, right?
Definitely.
Polyurethane. How far do we take it? Do we do
everything. Everything.
We got the diff half out right now. Do I do polyurethane?
I would just do it all. Buy the kit. There's got to be a full kit.
Because we got polys for the 2JZ.
Oh yeah.
So if we go poly from here back, then those mounts up front, everything will be poly. I want a short shifter so bad, man. That's the thing that's like missing right now.
Yeah.
This is the perfect time to do it, and now
True.
we're gonna have to pull all this back out again in the future. But at least,
Yeah, I mean,
might not actually have to. It might just sit on top.
I was gonna say, once you get it out.
Yeah, it might just connect to this rod that's already in here.
Yeah.
Matt took off, he had to go home. Wow, this is taking a lot longer than I expected, but not a big deal. Transmission's being a little stubborn. We kind of worked on some other things in the meantime too. I was swapping the shifter over, swapping some bushings over and doing that kind of stuff. So the transmission's not actually out, so I'm gonna definitely have to carry this into the next day. What's up guys, I'm back at the shop here, working on the BMW. So I gotta get this transmission out, still chipping away at it from where I left off yesterday. It's basically ready to come out. I just left it because I ran out of time last night, so not a big deal. I'm going to continue working on it and see if we can get this out, get the clutch done today. I was able to go home last night and order a whole bunch of parts, so that's really cool because as we're going along here, I'm starting to realize that I need other parts. So pretty stoked about that. Hopefully they're here soon, so I'm gonna get working on this. We're only gonna be able to get so far today. Freaking bugs. Only gonna be able to get so far here today before I obviously have to leave it because I can't put it back together without those things. Not a chance I'm putting it all back together and taking it all back apart again to put those things in later, so. Last night we struggled for a long time trying to get the drive shaft off of this little, I guess, like stud sticking out here. Learn from my mistakes. Don't try and take shortcuts and just take the drive shaft out. I had to unfortunately drop the exhaust down a little bit, pull a heat shield out of the way, drop the center bearing or the center bushing on the drive shaft and everything like that. A little bit of a pain, but wow, if I did that last night, that would have saved me so much time. Finally got the transmission out. That was a little bit longer, a little bit more difficult than I was expecting, but it's out, that's what matters. Boom, one step done. Gonna give it a little cleanup because it is absolutely filthy. It obviously leaked at some point. It's nice that it's so small because I lifted that out by myself. Check out how good all this stuff's coming out. Oh my gosh, sheesh. That is a beauty. This tranny cleaned up really nice. Too many cans of brake clean, don't even want to say how many. I got all the parts ready to go here. The lighting might be a little rough here, but single mass flywheel, which is dope. Really excited for that. OE replacement clutch, sprung, OE replacement pressure plate. Everything else is cleaned up, ready to go. Got the new slave cylinder, ready to go. For reference. Ooh, super hard to see here. Let me angle this a little better. So that's where the little pin sits, right in there. right in there. I had to tap it in. Sits flush. I'll put the fork in here and see if we can get it all set up to give you guys an idea of what this looks like. Okay. I'm gonna call this piece is officially called the nubbin. That's what we're calling it. Chandler's nubbin. So, any pivot points like this, anything where metal touches metal, always a good idea for me to lube it at least. I like to lube it. Let's see. I'm gonna say without breaking it. Oh, get on there. Get on there. Boom. Maybe not the most graceful way to do it, but gives you an idea of how this thing works. So this clip right here goes around the fork. Obviously that pin's right behind it. Now, when it pivots from this side, in and out, right through there, because the slave cylinder presses right in through that little hole there. On the back side here, boom, it pivots on that point. There we go. Nice and lubed. Seems to move nice. Let's go put this thing back in the car. Making some really good progress here. The transmission is back in, which is really good. Don't have the cross member in there, so don't mind that. It's just hanging for now. But I just wanted to show you guys a few parts that I'm gonna throw in right now as we go. So I got these polyurethane transmission mounts, which is super cool. Makes it a lot more rigid than the other ones. The other ones are super rubbery. Here they are. Here's the old ones. Super rubbery, super soft. I can literally just squish it with my fingers. These things are rock hard, so it's gonna be really nice. And then I got, I might have shown you guys this already in previous clips, but still exciting to me. The rubber Guibo, probably should have upgraded this, but the upgrades are actually pretty expensive, and I'm going to be replacing the drive shaft and modifying everything when I go to put the 2Js in later anyway, so I didn't want to spend a fortune on this part particularly. The motor mounts, or sorry, the transmission mounts, I'll probably still be able to use. There is a bracket, another cross member that you can get from Excessive, I think, which basically allows you to slide the transmission back a little bit, but I think you can still retain the old mounts, which is cool. But this Guibo, as much as it's rubber, I would love to have gone to a solid one just for reliability and performance, but quite a bit more expensive. So we'll stick with this one for now. So happy this thing's in here. Anyways, take a look at these. Look at these blue. I love the blue. That's so cool. And got the Guibo in there. In case you're wondering where that goes, that's what it looks like. Obviously it's missing. So the other 3 holes are for the drive shaft to go in there. But look at those bushings. That might be the first official upgrade to this car. That's the first, like, performance upgrade to this car. All back together. Things looking good. I hope, fingers crossed, I got it all. No leftover bolts. That's a good sign. Cleaned it up pretty good. All my pieces are back in except for that fan shroud right there. Not a big deal. Oh, and dipstick tube. Oil dipstick tube, which I gotta do from the top. So I got fluid in it. Everything is, I did a complete bolt check on it. Everything, exhaust is all back up in there. Trying to think as I'm saying everything right now if I missed anything, but no, I think it's all good.
A little bit.
Ooh.
What?
It does not feel good.
Oh, maybe we should not drive it.
Oh, yeah. Oops, I had a fuel filter. Oh, I feel it vibrate a lot more because those. Oh. Not remember where we left off, but.
Can't hear you.
Oh, there we go. We got some light in here too. Anyways, I don't remember where we left off with this, guys, but I created a vacuum leak at some point when I was putting things back together. I dropped an O-ring out of a sensor that goes into the brake booster, so it's not running that well, but the clutch does work. I took it for a little test drive, so unfortunately we're just gonna wrap the video up here. I was hoping to show you guys a drive of it, but just the way things went, we're going to We gotta get some stuff out of the shop because we're unfortunately getting kicked out of this space. The guy who we're leasing it from, he wants it back, so we're getting kicked out of here. I do have some exciting parts for you guys coming up in the next one. I know I mentioned that like 1,000 times already, but we're gonna throw them all in the car for now. The car is gonna just sit for a while. I gotta figure out, I gotta get that sensor or get an O-ring to get it running properly, and then we can get it out on the road and I can show you how it drives, and we'll get to the track soon. So that's it, guys. Don't forget for this video to like, subscribe, follow along. There's tons more to do to this car. Definitely gonna have it out on the track pretty soon, so follow along for that journey. And thanks for checking out the video. Peace.